Today I decided to make well, I started yesterday. This is a toothbrush and toothpaste holder. I want to 3D print a toothbrush holder, and this is what I got so far. But in order to make sure I can print from the top and the bottom, I need to split this up a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And the reason I'm doing this is just for printing purposes. So otherwise I can print it like this, but it's going to take forever and it's not going to be the way I want it, because I want to be able to print on this flat surface, on the bottom flat surface as well. But let's go ahead and do that. I already marked the center of my part, so I'm going to go ahead and do a plane here. So we're going to go ahead and move the plane down up to the center. So that's my center, and as you can see, it's one piece, and I am going to cut that piece in half. So let's go ahead and do that. Split body, target's right here, and we want to cut it right there. So I don't want to remove anything, so that was the next step. I can delete one or the other side, or none. And I'm just going to go ahead and move this up a little bit by selecting that. Where is it? So we're going to move it up, I don't know, let's do 10 millimeters. And then we can hide the plane. And I can get rid of the curves and all of that mark that I had. Wait, I need to check double check. Yep, that's the mark. So I need to get rid of that. And here we are. This is my bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and rename that bottom. And this is the top. I went ahead and put holes on it in order to screw it onto wall if you want to, or the person wants to, and or just use double-sided tape on the back. This is basically for an area that doesn't have a lot of space. I saw somebody who didn't have a lot of space on their sink, and that's what gave me this idea, because I saw their toothbrush in a little corner somewhere, and I thought I'd make something for that person. So let's see. Now in order to print it, I want to print it on this end here, and so it's going to go it's going to print upside down, basically, kind of like that. That's how I want to print it out, and the other one the same way. So this area will be nice and smooth and flat, versus printing this way. I can still do it, but usually you get some funky stuff going around on the printers that way. So let's go ahead and send these out, and let me hide the bottom one. I think I can move these. Come on. There we go. Top, bottom, cool. Alright, let's hide the bottom for a second. Go ahead and select that, and we want to save it as an STL file, which is for the printer, what the printer takes. But before I do that, let me go ahead and save it. So we're going to do File, Save As, Toothbrush Holder, and we'll call this Top. and we want that to be an STL file. And I got all my drawings here. STL file, toothbrush holder top, save. Quality is medium. That's not what I want. File options. I like to do fine for STLs right here. I don't know why I changed. I was always using fine on this, but anyway, I like to do fine because it's you get more detail when you print it out anyways. At least that's what I've noticed, and you can always change that on the other program too, but let's go ahead and do that again. File, save as, toothbrush holder top, STLs, yes, save, yes, I want to replace that, and now you can see the quality is fine. So that's what we want. Now I want to hide that and do that for the bottom. So we want to save as toothbrush holder bottom, STL drawings, yes, that's correct. So let's go ahead and save that. And there we go. We have our toothbrush. Right now I just took some measurements and I haven't printed this out, so I'm not sure if that's going to be correct, but I'm fairly certain I'm pretty close. So we'll see. I'm going to stop the video on here and then just come back on the other program because I no longer need this at the moment. So we'll stop here for the drawing or the part design. Alright, here's a final video on this part. This is the already unstuck the toothpaste holder and the toothbrush holder here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this one-handed and see if it's what I needed. If I got the dimensions right. So this would go like that. It's a little high, but yeah, that'll work. I actually got the dimensions pretty close. So surprisingly, no, this fits right because the other one is going to be on the bottom, so this is going to get pushed up a bit more. So it'll be kind of like that. And actually, that works the way it should. See if it's thick enough. And the reason I made it wide, or this hole wide, is because I measured the toothpaste tube here, so it'll fit on the widest part, even though it's not going to go all the way down, but that's fine. It doesn't need to be. So that's looking pretty good. Yeah. And then I had the other hole on the other side, obviously, because I don't want them touching. I want to get two toothbrushes on there so they don't touch. They're completely opposite at the opposite ends. If the other piece is going to be right next to this one, this should be up like that. At least that's the idea. So I'll have to print that out and check it. I might have to tweak a few things here, but I don't think so. I think that's pretty much where I want it to be because that hole is just right for this toothbrush. This is just an example, obviously, but yeah, it's looking pretty good. And that's kind of heavy, so definitely the hole for the screw, for a screw, it's probably gonna come in handy. And then the bottom is supposed to mate with the other piece so that it holds against it and shouldn't move. So yeah, that's my toothbrush holder. Okay, flexes a little bit, so I might go ahead and make it a little thicker just for strength, but it's a good start actually, so I like it. Yeah, it flexes a little bit, although that's not too heavy, but there's always room for improvement, and that shouldn't take too long to change. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it, and I'm gonna go ahead and make those changes before I make another print. But that's nice and smooth and flat, and that's what the holder looks like, if I can get it. Okay, finally finished. Looks good. Yeah, so I just gotta let it cool off since it just finished, so I can take it off later. But yep, it's looking good. Perfect.